sudden, this shadow washes across the doorway. And I look up and to my left, and it's Tiger Woods. I jump up and shake his hand. And I pull over and bring it in. And he was a big hug. I'm like, wow. And he goes, you want to know the most awesome thing I've ever seen on ESPN? I
What
said,
that?
what? He goes, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s last race, when you guys shotgunned that beer together right there beside his race car. He said, when I saw you do that with him, I knew that's my guy. I'm going to get along with that guy. Yeah. And him saying that disarmed any insecurity or anxiety I had about doing that interview with him. He was amazing. Did it really?
I'm just seeing where I left off at.
That man, this dude's a regular dude. Yeah. Who
The
appreciates
trash
his friends,
cans, the
cares
toxic
about them,
barrel, the oil can had to be placed.
Oh, thank you, Natalie. It is time for hour 2 of Marty McGee on ESPN Radio, ESPN Sirius XM Channel 80.
Now, I'm about to place the vehicle.
As always, by Progressive Insurance, you can join us 888-SAY-ESPN.
I think I'm on frame 1.
76.
So let me see
first hour.
where this vehicle
We talked
is
about
at.
Roman numerals. We talked about Max
Why is
McGee
it
and
double
guys
right
scoring
there?
touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Compared Brock Purdy to Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them upgraded. This one is
Out of
upgraded.
context, it's going to go over great. He's as good as Joe Montana.
Okay, this one is not upgraded. Because look at the yellow, the glass, it's not as clear.
I've just been thinking about it a lot with Purdy because I always enjoy when an athlete.
I wish I could change the color. I wonder if I could change the color right there, but this one gotta go.
Yes.
I love that.
Me too. Love it.
Well, actually, maybe not.
And Purdy is certainly one of those. I mean, he is constantly kind of a game manager. There are some folks who seem to believe that the 49ers are not winning because of him. They're winning in spite of him and all that. Which I just don't. I can't understand.
He's the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl.
So I broached the question to McGee right when we started the show today an hour ago. That one of the things that entered my mind over the last couple of weeks after the Niners beat the Lions and they make their way to the Super Bowl again.
Cycle through the frames.
The thing that is interesting to me in that criticism or analysis is that he is a system guy.
Okay, you see that blue square that look on the real corner between the frame
George Kittle
and the screen?
Athletes around
So it really don't matter what you do. Well, I'll place it right here
it's certainly beneficial to him
because it's not in the camera.
But why doesn't anyone ever say that Joe Montana,
I might be screwing up.
Tom Brady
Because
came
the
along and had his
nose of the car might be in the camera.
Most of us would consider him
So
indisputably
I have
the
to
GOAT.
place it relatively where it
He
would
had
be at.
Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Tom Rathman, Roger Craig, Dwight
Maybe on the
Clark,
next one.
all these amazing talents around him. And he had Bill Walsh running the West Coast offense, which at that time was years ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And was revolutionary. And no one ever said that about Montana. And
Okay, this part comes easier though.
This is not a hot take. It's
Okay,
just something that
now
I think about
from right
because
here,
we also don't say that
you
about
select
other
it.
great quarterbacks who had
Select it.
really good runs to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who had great talent around them. And we admittedly,
Right, copy it.
Ryan McGee
Then
and
next
Marty
frame.
Smith do not watch
Paste.
college football
Oh,
or
shit.
pro football tape the way that
Background
the
move.
experts do.
Right.
I can't look at a game.
So okay,
the
background
way Roman
move.
Harper
So you
does,
see how far away from
and
it
he will
is.
tell you the same thing.
Right here. So now
Jordan
you have to
Rodgers
move it along with the
all over
background.
dugout.
So it can
But
stay still till it
The number
moves.
one stat is, did you win or not?
So the
And it's
camera
21-5.
move.
Yeah, well,
Let's
it's
select
what I
this
said all the
vehicle.
time about the guys
Let's
that
select
come
this
from college.
vehicle.
And then inevitably we get to April, and it's time for the NFL draft.
Select
And we
it,
start
and
getting
then we gotta
questions about,
move it with.
well, is this guy really this? Or is this guy really that?
Right.
Or is this guy... So, listen, Patrick Mahomes was ripped from corner to corner. Every NFL scout I talked to about, well, he's in the
Make sure I'm
system.
doing it right.
And, he's a system
Okay,
quarterback.
okay,
Well,
okay.
It seems to have worked out. But my response to that was always, well, all I know is I covered the guy.
The more you keep it in place,
and he won 35 games and lost 2.
With the
I don't know what you're looking for.
Camera work,
because all the guy did was put in the work. Someone
the
threw the passes. Yes, someone caught and someone ran the ball, whatever else.
relatively, the better the outcome.
But the guy did what he did. So everything's an argument of convenience, right? Because the reality is that no one is ever going to question Magic Johnson's role in the history of basketball. But I guarantee you that there are a lot
now,
of
remember where your
vehicle.
vehicle.
He's got Kareem. And
Okay, I'm seeing a
you
double
you can't do it by yourself.
spoiler.
So
this part need to be
the knock on
closed.
Terry Bradshaw forever was this. Well, he was surrounded by talent. So why Terry Bradshaw, as soon as Joe Montana came along, it was like,
Oh, it moved.
you know, Terry Bradshaw, this and that and so, and he ain't smart and whatever else, and you and I both know Terry. But it's like, but he's surrounded by all these guys in the Hall of Fame. Well, yeah, that's how you win Super Bowls. Like, and Chuck Noll was one of the greatest coaches in the history of football. That's how you win Super Bowls, right?
With Jack Lambert and Jack Ham and all of those
guys,
dudes.
Yeah, it's just, but that's how you win Super Bowls.
Mel Blount, wasn't he?
Yeah, all those guys.
I mean,
but that's how you win Super Bowls. It's just by having it. You don't do it by yourself. I mean, it's just not. That's not how football works.
I guess where my mind is on it is the why. Like what he earned the starting gig.
Yeah.
He has won games and made plays at times when they needed plays to be made. And he's a really good decision maker. And I guess that the philosophy from some is he's not going to win you a game. He's just not going to lose you a game.
Good, great. I'll take that guy.
But again, it's like one of the things that we discuss often with race drivers is even the greatest of all time are products of their environment. If Jimmy Johnson didn't get paired with Chad Knaus and didn't get the best equipment, even though his talent is indisputable, he probably wouldn't be a 7-time champion. He might not be an anytime champion if he would have ultimately made the decision to go race for another team when he had the opportunity to do it. And he did have those opportunities. And so, it's just, would Jeff Gordon be a Hall of Famer if he would have stayed at Bill Davis Racing?
Right.
And would he? Would his talent have elevated that? You don't know that.
You have no idea. One of the most shocking things to me as I became an adult and started getting paid to go to the racetrack was colleagues of ours, like the late great Benny Parsons, who used to sit in this studio we're in on our show RPM Tonight on ESPN2 back in the day. And Benny Parsons loved Richard Petty. But Benny Parsons would get so worked up by all those guys. Richard Petty won 7 championships and 7 Daytona 500s and 200 races and all that. And they're all like, well, if I'd have had factory support from Dodge, I'd have done that. If I'd had so-and-so, I'd have done that. If he didn't have this, he wouldn't have done that. Well, yeah, that's how it works. If you're a great athlete, if you're Archie Manning, no one's ever going to question how good Archie Manning was. Archie Manning only played for losers. He played for the Saints when they were the Aints. He played for one of the worst franchises in the history of football. And he spent the entire career running for his life. You have to be in the right situation with the right team and the right supporting cast to win a Super Bowl, to get to a Super Bowl. If
Bryce Young,
this is the perfect example.
If Bryce Young, had fallen in the draft,
right,
and gone to an organization with better infrastructure, with a better offensive line, with more stability, with better help, we wouldn't be questioning Bryce. I'm not questioning him anyway.
Yeah.
You and I are not.
Yeah.
There would be no question about Bryce Young. Bryce Young is a great quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just, look, you have to have the entire package or success is fleeting.
Yeah.
And yes, there are certain individuals that you inject into futility, and all of a sudden, futility becomes not futile anymore.
Yeah.
That happens. It does. But it's just something that's been on my mind about Purdy specifically, and I wonder if it's because he was Mr. Irrelevant. He was drafted 262 or whatever that number is. And what if he goes on and hypothetically wins 2 or 3-0?
Yeah.
Okay? We've talked about Tom Brady being 199. What's that comment? Because trust me, when Tom Brady assumed the starting role, when Drew Bledsoe got hurt and they went on that run, I promise you there was a lot of people going,
No. Go watch Tom Brady's, when the film resurfaced of Tom Brady at the Underwear Olympics, at the Combine. It is painful to watch. It is painful to watch.
His body language, his posture.
He runs like a wounded deer. But he's the greatest of all time. Which, by the way, we're talking about guys scoring a Super Bowl. Blake Parks, SEC football official. He was a guy I was paired with when I we both have done these things where you officiated, like the media officiating game. We did South Carolina spring game.
Worst day of my life.
Blake Parks, which, by the way, he's a field judge. My dad was a field judge. And Blake loves the fact that I had no idea what the hell I was doing, even though my dad was a field judge forever. But he reminded me of Percy Howard. Exactly. Marty shaking his head. So Percy Howard was a college basketball player at Austin Peay and was 6'4". And the Cowboys, Tom Landry decided to take a flyer on him, like, well, he's tall and he's fast. Maybe we could turn him into a wide receiver. And he caught a touchdown pass with the Dallas Cowboys in Super Bowl 10. That might be the one.
And it's a good one because no offense to him or his I never heard of him.
No, exactly.
So
and that is exactly the point. And all the great players that they had, and he had a critical touchdown in that game, caught a touchdown, but blew past Mel Blount, who you mentioned a minute ago, and caught a 34-yard touchdown pass from Roger Staubach. And it's like, it's that game, and I guarantee you, he has never had to buy another beer or lunch.
good for him.
Yeah, good for him, because you caught a touchdown pass.
I can't imagine. Just imagine what that must feel like.
Yeah.
To reach the end zone in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When for the vast majority of the players that has been their number one life goal since they were a little boy.
Yeah.
Aspiring to play football at a high level and then reach the highest level and then reach pay dirt.
Yeah.
And be standing there holding that ball or preparing to spike that ball or whatnot. It just must be the most out-of-body, surreal experience. It's probably a little like being an artist.
Yeah, you know who's gonna do it?
You know,
Christian McCaffrey.
I was watching Luke Combs with Tracy Chapman the other night.
The look on his face, man.
He is a very dear friend to me. And to sit there and watch that and to see the joy, not just in him, but in her, that they got to share that moment together and to see just the energy that was created in the room. And then you look at the energy that was created across the world, especially people our age who knew Fast Car in its original form.
Her 30-year-old song went to #1 that night.
And look, I had this conversation with Matt Jones last summer when you were on vacation or something, and Matt substituted for you. He at the time was like, well, it's just, I don't know why he did that and whatnot. He was not terribly impressed with Luke's version. And I said to him at the time, well, I disagree with that simply because it has introduced that magic, which that song is magic. It's just stunningly well written. Tracy wrote it by herself, performed it with such vulnerability. It introduced that song to an entirely new generation. And not only that, she became the first female African-American to have a #1 solo right in the country music format. And it introduced it to just an entirely different
generate multiple generations of people. And it's just an awesome thing. And to see those two together, you watch that and you go, that is the absolute pinnacle.
We're just standing on the sideline.
The experience.
Imagine all you've ever wanted to do your whole life is play football, play in the NFL, and even if you are the backup long snapper, on Sunday evening, you're going to stand on the sideline for the national anthem and for the pregame and for the fireworks and for the whole deal. Can you just, in uniform with pads on, I mean, can you imagine?
Backup snapper.
As an official, as anyone who's in that game, I just can't even imagine standing there on that stage and it happened.
Okay. I'm gonna stop the car right here,
which is,
because I got something else to do with the car besides it being parked.
And all you have to do is make one appearance when you're in the book. And I have friends I grew up with who made it to the big leagues. And
So let's see what we got so far.
You gotta get in the book. You get one at bat, and you get the note from everybody. I'm in the book. So can you imagine? Can you imagine? And by the way, the picture that Luke Combs posted on Instagram, I looked just yesterday, backstage with Tracy Chapman, and the smile on her face, and he's still, after they were done, the look on his face was, damn, I can't believe that just happened. It's Marty McGee on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
Okay,
Sirius
cool,
XM
yeah.
Channel 80.
That was actually right there.
If I could play for any college basketball coach ever, I'm going with Nolan Richardson at all.
Alright, let me add
40 minutes of hell. Right
the drunk guy. This guy right here. So let me go back to frame one. Alright. This guy about to have some fun. Our feet up! Open the door, Alfida!
So smart, it makes me better than Jamal.
Let me see.
Mine's so smart, makes me better than Justin.
Funny, dog.
80% of NFL players choose to be
There we go.
If you are not buying
Now.
generic Viagra from Friday Plans, you are throwing money away. They are giving away 100 milligram generic Viagra for just 87 cents. Let me show you. First, go to getfridayplans.com and then you select why you need generic Viagra, the quantity you need, and the dosage. Then their system will see if you qualify. Give it a second to find the best deals, and boom! Look at that. 87 cents for each 100 milligram tablet. The prescription and shipping are free. Go to getfridayplans.com and see for yourself.
Switch to Shopify. So you can
Alright, let's get it.
scale it faster. Much more.
How many scenes I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The razor with a
I got 10 frames.
start their day feeling smooth and soft. Extra 5 sharp blades and a lubricating strip with Alex.
So this will be
Harry's. Available in stores and online at harrys.com/shake.
Only Purple's Gel Flex Grid passes the raw egg test.
What's
No
your
other mattress creases your body and simultaneously supports your spine. Memory foam doesn't come close. Get your best sleep guaranteed. Save up to $800 during our President's Day sale. Visit purple.com or a store near you.
At the Game Time app, I think 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
2.
Performances too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Ready to run it back? Women's Hoops, now playing on SEC Network.
From Gainesville, Florida, to battle of two conference rivals.
SEC men's basketball. Today, Auburn Tigers.
Slow rejection again. Matt Rome has rejected back-to-back bandy shots.
Florida Gators.
Horn kicks it. Creighton Jr. Hall of Fame players. Got it.
The SEC and
SEC Network thank our official corporate sponsors for their continued support of our student athletes during every championship season.
Oh.
There you go. If you wonder what the goat's been up to, this is the goat boogie boarding or attempting to boogie. He loses an outlet when I try to boogie board.
Look how pissed off he is.
But that's still, even if he'd gotten hurt, that still I think would be more fun than like recruiting.
I love this song. I love this song, dude.
It's Marty McGee on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80,
Nice
SEC
meeting you.
Network. I want to hear this. That's it. We've been paying
Dirty
tribute
hands and a clean soul.
to the man on Toby Keith all morning, and John Daly's going to join us. In about the top of the hour, about 40 minutes. To talk about
Where
his
cotton
career.
we didn't grow.
You can hit us up, 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776.
We have not talked about something we need to talk about before we get off back to the Super Bowl.
I think I know what you're going to say. What?
Chip Kelly
Yeah.
is the offensive coordinator of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
6.
And OB is the head coach at Boston College.
Yeah.
What in the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, so if y'all have not been paying attention to the news in the last 24 hours, all right, Chip Kelly left UCLA as the head football coach in Westwood. The head football coach of the UCLA Bruins in favor of becoming the offensive coordinator for Ryan Day in Columbus, Ohio. All right? I said yesterday on the Twitter machine, X, is it just me or is this the wildest thing ever? Is this an indictment against college football and where we are?
Yes.
Or is it an indictment against UCLA's program? Is it something with Coach Kelly? Because it might be an amalgamation of all of those. It might be a cornucopia of terrible things. But I never would have ever thought a head football coach at a Power 5 school that's going to a conference that's each member institution is going to earn like millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he's going to have resources. Now, I know from what I've read, maybe he and the administration of the school did not necessarily see eye to eye on certain things.
That's a fact.
Which could be part of, I'm sure it is part of this too, but well, okay, what's your reaction?
So, I don't know how well you do or don't know Chip Kelly. He's a very different cat. Like everyone that's ever had any interaction with him will tell you, he is a different dude. I spent some time with him. I guess it was his second year out there at UCLA. Just walking around the building, and that campus is stunningly beautiful, but it's also very limited. It's landlocked. So, whereas you go to Stanford or you go to an SEC school and they got acreage and can build whatever they want, UCLA is very limited space-wise, and they've done a phenomenal job with what they have. But I think that he's an odd guy, number one. Number two, I don't think being a head football coach is any fun right now at all. I think it sucks. I think it goes on 365 days recruiting, 365 days a year. I think that guys reach a certain age. He is He is above all an X's and O's guy, and all of this other stuff is taking away from the ability to do that. Now you can go be an OC. Ryan Day played for Chip Kelly in college in New Hampshire. He can go play for a guy that he loves or coach for a guy that he loves in Ryan Day, and he can worry about football. Yes, when you're the OC at a marquee program like Ohio State, you got to recruit all the time. All that's fine, but now he doesn't have to be the CEO. He can do what he wants to do, which is run the offense. That's all he really wants to do. And so I think it is, to your point, I think it's all of this added up. He's an odd guy. UCLA's a tough job. They've never been able to get over the hump ever. It's not any fun being a head coach of a program, particularly if you're of a certain age and you're just used to doing it the way you used to do it. He just wants to coach football. He just wants to coach X's and O's. He loves Ryan Day, loves him, and Ryan Day loves him. And by the way, Ohio State is loaded. Dude, if they don't win now, it ain't ever going to happen.
And it's not only are they loaded in there with what they're doing with the coaching staff,
Alfida!
the player talent they've accrued is unbelievable. I can't imagine what that NIL bill is.
It is sizable.
It's got to be.
It's the conversation
million, but I mean,
of every coach in America.
They ain't playing, but they paying.
We'll hold on to the little things. Is this yours? You ready? Surprise!
I think you can do this.
I got this. It's yours now. It's just a moment they call a lifetime.
Now, ADT professionally installs Google Nest products.
Cool. You're all set.
So your home is safe and smart.
We're gonna miss you.
You can check in on your home,
Our system, we should go.
manage your system from virtually anywhere, and get intelligent alerts like when a package has arrived. When the most trusted name in home security adds the intelligence of Google, you have a home with no worries. Brought to you by ADT.
The Chewy app has everything for pets. Hungry pets, itchy pets, scratchy pets, and most importantly, your pet. Everyday great prices and 35% off your first auto ship order. Right to your door. Download the Chewy app.
Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting, and actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side. Now, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday, only at Sleep Number.
Unlike his wildly talented cousins, Lucas is here to work. He has bigger plans than just making pozole. It's who he is. Yeah.
¿Acaso tenemos selfies en el menú? Ándale, los elotes.
And Lucas uses the Western Union app because it makes it super easy to send his hard-earned money to his familia back home. That's why we're here.
No te pago por hablar.
You don't pay me at all, Tia.
The Open Road. Everyday moments, small towns, and a handful of truly strange pit stops, all spent with one co-pilot. Marathon has been here to fuel countless memories because we are driven together.
I knew that I wanted to get help immediately. I was going to be able to see a therapist within that same week.
I am just so much more like in tune with myself after just being able to talk to my therapist. She's dope.
There's so much ease with using BetterHelp. Now I feel so much more confident in expressing myself, and that's been a great gift for me.
Yes, go ahead.
You're quitting because edible tastes better and is faster than you. Do you have any evidence to support these strong accusations?
Exhibit A. Edible has their own chocolate recipe. Exhibit B. Free delivery before Valentine's Day. Exhibit C. Are you eating an edible?
Sorry, no more questions.
And now she's sharing something.
Right here.
I can't wait to get in the house. I'm so drunk.
Because of the success that UConn has had, I felt a great deal of pressure to win.
South Carolina was that good, so you got to win with what you have.
Not only is this a rematch of last year's NCAA title game, but you've got two teams that have been rolling. We have got some legendary action on the board. South Carolina survives a thriller. And they're a standard on the court. They're not the standard off the court.
There were a lot of
Okay.
that were being overlooked and just couldn't keep fighting longer.
Set the example of how you
So
do
now
it
from here,
the right way. That's how we play. And we're not going to change it.
It's going to be the game of the weekend.
let's watch it first. I gotta see if we did it right. If we did it right. What y'all? Oh, oh. I think we could. All right, our first try, not bad.
Juicier as the years go by, right?
First drive.
The battle of point guards. I think about Raven Johnson going up against Paige Beckers and Aaliyah Edwards going against Chloe Pennington or Ashton Watkins. You know, there's some marquee matchups to look for, but I don't think none of them has the depth to go up
So I
against
got
South Carolina.
a couple more frames before I start moving. So
In years past, we used to think about, can South Carolina score with Connecticut, the way that the finesse, the rhythm. Can Connecticut score with South Carolina this year? That is the question. Can Connecticut slow down South Carolina? I think South Carolina is the most complete team. I think it's going to be a great game, great challenge. Yeah. But the only person getting in the way of South Carolina is South Carolina.
Do you think we could share a 4 seed?
I would have to move my half, my savings to my checkings, you know, that would work. It would be a fun one.
I want you to start reminding guys of what y'all talked about in the meeting about. Remember, you gotta squeeze the bear.
Squeeze the bear, right?
Remember, squeeze the bear, right?
Squeeze the bear. You remember that?
Yeah. Official.
what are you listening to?
Blue Jean.
Smart McGee on ESPN Radio, the
Probably check it
ESPN
out
Sirius
Friday.
XM channel 8 and the SEC
Probably
network.
Friday.
Presented as
Check it
always
out.
by Progressive Insurance.
Get
Tune in to
paid.
college basketball action today. as the
Our
Jaguars
feet up.
Creighton,
Open the door.
Presented by Robin Hood. Coverage begins at 12 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. You can hit us up, by the way. 888-SAY-ESPN. That's
Let me get to walking.
888-729-3776. Daniel Dopp, now world famous for ESPN Fantasy Football, will join us in the next segment coming up. Original OG producer of the Marty McGee podcast, John Daly, is going to join us at the top of the hour. And speaking of college basketball, Jess Sims will join us from College Game Day, live from the Fog in Lawrence, Kansas. By the way, if you watch on SEC Network, you might have noticed this. I've got them on. So NASCAR sent us these Crocs.
We got some Crocs.
Now we're going to debut these suckers at the Daytona 500, which you and I will both be doing the show live from there. So we look at this thing now. Not only does it have, what do you call these, giblets? Gibbets. And some of them light up.
Yeah, this one right here lights up.
But
It's the cross flags here.
Sport mode on this thing. And you and I are talking about this. This is, I appreciate
Lights
them
up.
doing it. Sport mode, when you put, it's got a wing on it, and this isn't just a wing. This is like a car of tomorrow, like COT.
I'm sort of surprised
Croc
that they
tomorrow.
went there with the car of tomorrow wing.
But the whole point of the car of tomorrow wing back in the day was to look cool. I'm gonna put these back on, and it didn't really work, but they do look cool. They
I can
look
tell
cool
you
in the
this
shoes.
much.
Use some downforce.
Our great friends at NASCAR and Crocs sent us these, and my kids are so pumped up.
Yeah.
Vivian has asked me like 10 times, Dad, when are my NASCAR Crocs coming?
And you'll never see these again when you get to the house.
Girlfriend, I'll be there shortly.
Yeah, I might wear these down. I might take these down to Daytona with me next week.
This is my new dog walking action.
Dude, I've never owned a pair of Crocs in my life. I never have.
Oh man,
And so
we had,
now-
I bet in our home.
This is what I was waiting for.
In the Smith home, I bet there's 20 pairs of Crocs. My kids all have multiple pairs. I have several pairs.
Well, you know, I go to the beach. You and I both. You go to the Jersey Shore. I go to the North Carolina Shore every summer. And if you need me this summer, y'all, I'm gonna be trucking it down to the corner market at Sunset Beach. I'm gonna be getting some serious downforce numbers with that wing.
They in New Jersey, where I spend my summers, okay, they have this word called shooby. Okay? Shooby is the word.
And shooby dooby doo.
A shooby is a beach goer that is obviously a vacationer beach goer who doesn't like understand the dress very well, who has just what a shooby is.
Okay, this feels a little snobby, but I got it.
Every beach has a shooby, they just call it something else. When you walk to Sunset Beach wearing those Crocs, you will, with your total farmer tan feet, you will be the shoobiest of the shoes.
We will, which is hilarious because we've only had that house at Sunset Beach since like 1982. But I will totally look like I'm down there renting and don't know what I'm doing.
Every day I look like a shoe because I'm the palest. I don't know that the good Lord ever created a more pale human being than me.
That's fair.
So I am SPF 70.
Yeah.
You know, I got a big old hat on, shielding me. I wear like a shirt to cover me up. You can't look more shooed than I do.
So what you're saying is,
so it's my brothers of the cloth.
When I'm trucking it down to the corner market, and I have on my NAS Crocs that were sent to me, and I have on my ESPN 8 the Ocho bucket hat, and I have on my Star Wars bathing suit that was sent to me because we do a Star Wars podcast, and I have on a Coastal Carolina football T-shirt, and everything was literally handed to me. Are you saying that I'm
The Chamber of Commerce should take a photograph of that and just post it in the post office.
And by the way, I'm pretty sure the sunglasses I have on were definitely given to me in a hotel.
They say
lobby,
SEC Media Days. The earpiece. You know what I just thought of, McGee? All right, in NASCAR, y'all.
Yeah.
There is what's called so there is something called qualifying trim.
Right.
Which is NASCAR vernacular for they have the car prepared in such a way that it wants to go as fast as possible for 2 laps. And then there's something called race trim, which is it's going as fast as possible for 50 laps. Right. Okay? All right. In normal Crocs, you have relaxed mode and you have sport mode.
So now you got.
But in the NAS Crocs,
so you
have qualifying trim,
right,
and then you have race trim.
Yes. See, and I didn't know until I feel like we did a show a couple years ago that was. We spent almost the entire show talking about Crocs. I didn't know anything about them. And just when you explained to me sport mode
and relax mode. Yeah. I spend all my time in relax mode. I'm never a sport mode.
You won't with these though. No, with these are different because with these you look wrecked. If you got the relax mode, you got the forward pushed over the.
I kind of messed up. I got all this screen right here. Would have been doing something.
There you go.
All right, so I'm gonna save it from here. And just reboot later.
Vivi's gonna just lose her mind.
Now I got you saying giblets.
Look what I got. Okay, cool. Bam. Bam. That could flip too.
Giblets is like my
Boom.
dad said there ain't giblets.
Alright.
Robert Dale, you didn't waste any chicken, so you.
Now he's trying to. It's too early to get up in there.
Jesse Palmer.
Oh shit.
Who
Is he handsome?
Hosts 75 television shows at once.
Is he handsome enough?
He did a deal on The Bachelor.
This
week.
He could get up in there now.
They had a KFC.
Okay, so forget rebooting.
They had a pool party. So
let's go ahead and finish it.
Like in the pool, but the show ended with Jesse posted on social media with Jesse.
Next frame, not in this frame.
That looks like Colonel Sanders.
Got him.
And he has a bucket of chicken. He has on like a bathing suit, but then like a jacket and tie. And he's rehearsing his lines. Which is, if you watch the show, you know he really only says like 2 lines. In the last hour of the show, he's like, this is the last rose of the night.
You just gonna wait right here.
And he is floating in this thing,
you just gonna
rehearsing. This is the last rose of the night. It's the last rose of the night. The last rose of the night. And he's just throwing down on like some KFC original recipe. It is. I'm like, no one's killing it like Jesse Palmer does. It makes you mad.
The extra tasty, crispy bucket meal. Coleslaw.
Yeah.
Mashed taters.
Do
they come with biscuits?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's been a long time since I had.
Do you remember, talking about NASCAR, do you remember when KFC was all in and every single commercial break was that old man, that granddad and son wrestling over mashed potatoes versus mac and cheese?
Don't remember.
Dude, didn't much like the time we interviewed Toby Keith and accidentally erased the we'd sit in the media center, everybody was like, oh no, because we would see it every commercial break. Which, by the way, we're going to be in Daytona next week.
Can't wait.
We're going to be doing the show live from Daytona.
Wearing our NAS Crocs.
People have asked on social media, can they come out and watch us do the show? The answer is no, because it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and
it's also up on the suite level.
But we are going to be loaded with amazing guests. Already stacked.
Already we have on the docket NASCAR Vice President Steve O'Donnell in the first 15 minutes of the show. We have defending NASCAR champion Ryan Blaney, 8:45-ish. We have three-time Daytona 500 champion Denny Hamlin, 9-ish. We have Southeastern Conference Commissioner Greg Sankey. At some point, he's not texted me back yet.
He's going to be. He's a huge race fan, as we have.
He's the biggest race fan I know.
Yeah. He starts talking about these short track guys in upstate New York.
You know who I'm going to get some NASCARs? This is coming your way,
That's
Mr.
our goal.
Commissioner.
Our
This is
goal
coming
to
your
get
way,
Commissioner
buddy.
Sankey some downforce on his shoes. All right, straight ahead, we're going to talk the Super Bowl again with the ESPN fantasy football guru, but more importantly, the original OG Marty McGee producer more than a decade ago, Daniel Dopp, or as we like to call him, Daniel Dodd, is straight ahead. It's Marty McGee on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80, and the SEC Network. If I could play for any college hoops coach of all time, that's easy, man. John Wooden. The pyramid of success is like in my office. I already know the deal.
Things will go wrong for your customers. Your business can make it right. With Watson X Assistant, AI that can help resolve problems by understanding your customer requests with 90% accuracy. Let's create customer service in service of customers with Watson X Assistant. IBM, let's create.
Step inside the Infiniti QX60.
I had to buy something. He's your brother.
Where are we supposed to hang it?
In the attic? Facing the wall?
Enough room to keep your cargo and your secrets safe. The Infiniti QX60. Feel infinitely you in the 2024 Infiniti
I gotta
QX60
adjust this
at
one
your local Infiniti retailer.
so that he can be in the car.
What's he gonna be here?
Right.
Do you think we can get some boba? What's boba? Sleep. My wife left me. Who knows? For the dog groomer.
He's here.
Showtime.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk makes every moment better. With 50% more protein and 50% less
Fuck.
sugar. Plus a creamy taste
No,
that
I'm
makes
at
that smoothie even smoothier. Fairlife.
Cause I gotta put the guy inside here so I can layer them.
Pizza, made with our iconic garlic sauce flavor, mixed with cheese
But
and
they're not
ham
letting me
stuffed with
layer
Papa
it,
John's original
pick
dough.
them up
No one stuffs the crust like Papa John's.
from.
No, if it wasn't for the people that gave me the proper guidance, I don't think I would be as successful. I don't think I would know the proper tools that are available to me. I think that's important for, future student success.
It's never too late to secure your future at a California community college. Adult education students, save time and money when you enroll as a special part-time student with dual enrollment.
There's a lot of things in this world that will get in your way, but
there's nothing that you cannot do. Learn more and enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me blast it. Add a, what you call it? Just add one to this. Then I think you could connect it. I definitely know I could connect it. So I need one right here. I need a new bone right there. Lightly put. red right here and red right there, just so I know where it's at.
Marty McGee on ESPN
Okay,
Radio,
yeah.
the ESPN app, Sirius
Where is
XM
it?
Channel 80, and the SEC Network.
Okay, it's on there.
As always,
Boom,
about
boom,
Progressive
boom.
Insurance.
Save
And,
it.
all right, so
Okay.
we were talking to play
So we can hide
Toby
it.
Keith all morning in memory
Cool.
of the
Now it's behind out. That's what we needed to do.
Right at the top of the show about back in the old original
Okay,
406
save
podcast
as.
days when we recorded an interview with Toby Keith and then accidentally either didn't record it or deleted it, so it never
Copy,
ran on
copy.
the podcast. And if you're saying to yourself, "Wait, they did a podcast?" We did a long time ago.
All right,
and the
cool.
OG producer of that podcast, who's now very
Let's go
famous,
back.
joins us now. Daniel Dopp.
Open up
Daniel
this
Dopp,
one.
fantasy football
Okay,
analyst / OG Marty McGee producer. How you doing this morning?
Now get to this.
Marty, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I miss you guys so much, but just hearing your voices for like 2 seconds just takes me right back to the old days. I gotta tell you, I feel like I'm back in the control room on the other side of the glass looking at you.
Right here.
Well, do you remember one of the top 10 greatest
change the car
in
out.
the history of Marty McGee, which happened on the podcast?
Which is
Do you
messed
remember
up. Cause
that?
this one don't have the addition, a car addition.
Oh, I definitely remember that. We were having a big conversation about some sort
So
of
I
music.
got to
I think it was
insert.
when Marty was talking about like, yeah, there's
Copy,
this band.
copy, car.
You know what band this is, right? And
See,
you
this
guys
got
can see me,
the
'cause we had a
addition
video back
to
then, so we
connect
could see
him.
each other for a second. And I was like,
I'll show you what I mean.
smile on my face.
1 second.
And Marty was
Hopefully
like,
this is
hey,
what I
Dodd
hope I
knows
know what I'm talking about.
Dodd, what's the name of that band? And I came on and I was like, actually, I don't know what the name of that band is.
Alright,
but 47
let's
Minutes
see.
Podcast, I'm doing what you guys know. My last name is actually Dodd.
Let me get this axe. Let me grab something else.
I think we called him God for like a year. Yeah, for weeks. So there you go. Now everyone knows your name because you're famous.
Oh, that's not true. But I do get to have a ton of fun with Fantasy Focus. Phil Gates might play. Stefani Bell, Liz Loza, it's a blast. So anytime you're into fantasy football, come and hang out with us there.
Because I needed to connect with this.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl, Dodd?
I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be the San Francisco 49ers.
All right, so
Time for a follow-up question. Why?
yeah, all right. So I said at the top of the show, on all of our ESPN football experts, 49 of them picked the Chiefs, and only 15
Why
of
it
you
won't
picked
go?
the
That's
49ers, and I saw your name, and that's why I was like, well, we got to have the dude on. So, all right, so why?
Here's the thing. I get the idea of everything that the Chiefs have done recently, right? Kind of not a great season, but they're peaking at the right time. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce finally clicking. You're getting all those things coming together. But I really look at this 49ers team, and I've seen the way that they have fought through each of the last 2 games where they were down. They were fighting against a good team in Green Bay and against the Detroit Lions. And in the second half, they made adjustments. They came back and they fought, I think, as a team. They are one of the, if not the best coached teams.
okay, then how come this happened? See, look, see that? That happens with that. That means this could connect. This could happen over here. It don't happen over here.
Second year going out there and winning the Super Bowl. When you've got
Wonder
CMC
why.
and George Kittle and Debo and Brandon Ayuk and guys on the other side of the ball and Fred Warner and Bosa and there are just so many things that I feel like the 49ers do well. And watching the way that they closed out those last 2 games, they were down and they came back, hung tough, didn't let themselves get out of
All right, let me close up and give this some thought. Because I'm stuck on trying how to get the person in there. All right, I'm about to upload this. I'll talk to y'all later.
Corporate proud. I like it. Yeah? Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, man.
So, in the fantasy football world, by the way, Daniel Dopp joining us now, Fantasy Focus Live, ESPN. So, in the fantasy football world, like, is the Super Bowl a huge letdown? Or, like, what's the fantasy football world doing at this point?
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it a letdown.